When the Titan Lords fell, a new age of might came to Sideria. An age defined by one simple decree. That whoever was the strongest in Sideria, enough to slay its previous ruler, would hold dominion over the land. And so it was, for thousands of years. And so it is, yet today. Aloysius, the Mad King of Sideria, now rules these lands. Over the last 10 years, he has spread his influence. Using cruel hobgoblins and gnolls as soldiers, the land of Sideria quakes, torn apart by his frenzied greed for the power it holds within. For Sideria is a lost land, a land of riches unclaimed, of legends untold, of power unseen. A beautiful, vast, and deadly land. It calls to the bold, to the clever, to the daring, to any who would dare its shores seeking adventure. It calls to Megan, the war-forged paladin. It calls to Nyx, the half-elf warlock. It calls to Nizing, the dragon-born rogue. It calls to Tide, the kobold bard. It calls to Zidane, the wood elf ranger. It calls to Trill, the Aarakocra druid. And to those it calls, Sideria offers welcome. The wilds are not easy, and not kind, but they shall give a tale to remember. For this is the land of limitless adventure. This is the legend of the Wildlands. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Rolling with Motherfuck! I was about to say the name of my old D&D channel. This is perfect stuff. Alright, we're starting over. We're doing the intro again. No one's gonna see this. A new age of might.
Okay, nobody heard or saw anything.
No one saw a thing. By one. Hello and welcome to the first episode of D6 Tricks. Legend of the Wildlands. A show where I am a professional. I am Alex, your dungeon master, who has been working on this campaign for many years, off and on. And I am so excited to bring it to you guys today. This is a campaign that is based on Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. To show you how long I've been working on it, I started around when Breath of the Wild was new. Tears of the Kingdom has since been released. So yeah, very excited to play this game, and of course, I would be nowhere without my lovely cast of players. We have Atwas.
Hi. Excited to be here. Yeah, no, definitely. I've been vibrating on the edge of my seat for this to start because, like you said, you've been working on it for a very long time. So, yeah, you can't get rid of me. Happy to be here.
Excellent. We have Juno.
I can't believe we predicted Zonai constructs.
I can't believe we predicted Zonai constructs.
Hey, Nintendo, where's our royalties?
We have Anne.
I am excited for this. I am very excited for this. We've been waiting too long. It's now time. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We have Professor Moore.
Hello. I'm just as excited to be here.
We have Queen.
Oh, it's been so long. What is a dice and how do I roll it?
And we have Toonwolf.
What's up? It's time, guys. We're doing it.
We're doing this, man. We're making this happen.
We're going to not Hyrule.
Let's go to Hyrule. Let's go.
We're going not Hyrule. Let's go. But first things first, as we start on our adventure, you're not actually at not Hyrule yet. In fact, the name of the land you're going to is Sideria. Now, Sideria is a land known for many things, full of like ancient mysteries that have been hidden away for generations under caves and caverns and whatnot, of untold riches that might lay within those secrets, and of glory to be had. You see, Sideria is run by the rule of might. Essentially, whoever slays the operating king or queen or monarch, sometimes they're not in the gender binary, of Sideria, becomes the next monarch. And unfortunately, for 10 years now, the reigning monarch of Sideria has been Aloysius, the Mad King. And based on the name, the Mad King, you wouldn't think, oh, there's much good that's gonna come out of Sideria, and there's not. No open war has been declared, but trade has stopped from in and out of Sideria, aside from a few merchant ships willing to brave the waters. And the land has been essentially taken over by military rule by goblins and gnolls. And no one's been able to get answers as to why from King Augustine, because I'm trying to show the picture of him to all players.
Oh my god.
I see it.
There we go. I cannot show him to the viewer page for whatever reason. There we go. I just had to update it. Because when you have a man who looks like this, you're probably not going to get any reasonable response other than a dagger mailed back to you saying, "Don't write me again."
He probably doesn't shower.
He does not appear to shower.
He's very stinky.
Yeah.
Already we must destroy him.
Yeah. He's stinky. We must get rid of the stinkiness. So, for any number of reasons, to bring justice to the Mad King, to uncover mystery, maybe even for fortune and glory, every hero has a reason to sail off to Sideria. And currently, the ship that is on its way to Sideria with our lovely, lovely crew is known as the Cambria. It's a merchant ship from the continent of Selkra. It's shipping, like, basic spices and foodstuffs off to Sideria, and has offered passage for you and one other non-crew member, a tiefling knight by the name of Sir Cosmos. And they have offered you passage over to Sideria in exchange for helping out on the ship, basically. Doing something that will keep you occupied and helping out rather than taking a luxury vacation cruise over there.
Guess that's fair.
So we're going to hop on over to the Cambria once the map loads in. There we go.
Give us the boat. There is the boat.
There is the boat.
Oh,
It's boat.
Yeah. And currently, as I double check, it is middle of the afternoon on a nice temperate spring day, and you can see the shoreline of Sideria on the horizon. Now, we're gonna go around and see what each of these people are doing, starting from left to right on my handy-dandy OBS screen here. There is a darker-skinned half-elf with a very warm, covering purple poncho on board. What are you doing, Nyx? And could you describe more of yourself?
Yeah, of course. So, yeah, Nyx is a half-elf. They are trying to balance themselves at the moment with a long wooden staff. And as the boat rocks, the little trinkets hanging off it just rock back and forth. they're keeping their balance just about. They do look a bit nervous, but what can you do?
All right. As you stand there trying to hold your balance, Nix, you can hear the call of the captain, Jan Azulbe, who both owns and operates the ship to and from Selkra, as she calls down, "Having a bit of seasickness this close to the destination, are we?"
Oh, no, not really. It's just hard to keep your balance, you know?
Maybe for a landlubber. You won't need your sea legs for long.
Oh, how far out are we?
Should be able to make it by the end of the day.
Oh, not bad. We'll keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Course I am. It's my own damn ship.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, is there anything I can do?
Yeah, that's what you signed up for. Get some of those crates moving.
Sure. Will do.
All right. There is also an Aarakocra on board. Trill,
Yeah,
would you
sure
like to describe yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah, so I am not well, like, as far as like sea legs go, I'm faring pretty well, but if there's like a large bump, I usually I like tend to like hover and fly a little bit, then regain my footing. But as far as like helping out, if there's anything I can do in like the galley, or like taking care of any like food stocks, or anything like that, or even just like flying ahead for navigation help, I'm down.
You have the unique advantage of wings that allow you to fly, making it, very, very valuable on a ship like this. To not just be up in the crow's nest, but above the crow's nest, looking out for the shore. In fact, you had the better vantage point among everyone, and you probably saw it before the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
So, on the opposite end of bulkiness from the thin half-elf and Aarakocra, which don't tend to be super huge, there is essentially a robot as wide as she is tall, also on board. Megan, would you care to describe and introduce yourself and what you're doing here?
All right, so Megan, big robot. We're in a cloak, got two massive swords on its back. Clomping around the ship, and holding very delicately for its claw hands. It's like 3-fingered claw hands, a broom, or rather a mop, and just swabbing the deck. It's like sees a seagull alight on the on one of the crates nearby that contains some of our dried food. The eye on this robot glows red, and with the mop, thrusts at the seagull to chase it off, and then goes back to just swabbing the deck.
Yeah, those birds are quite annoying. There aren't a whole lot of them out, though. Like you would expect, those of you who live close to the shore, you'd expect a lot more seagulls or seabirds out and about in the sky than there have been recently.
Pesky bird.
The peskiest of all birds. All right. There's also a very, very young-looking wood elf on board. Zidane, would you care to introduce and describe yourself and what you're doing?
Zidane, a wood elf child who looks a little taller than he probably should be, is kind of just sort of been scouring the ship looking for any rats, considering that seems to be a common problem, as he's just kind of looking around, being quiet, trying to make sure that he doesn't lose any sort of rodents that decide to try to sneak past and get to the food underneath.
Absolutely. So, you're lucky so far in that you're pretty perceptive. You've been able to, like, figuratively, and in one case literally, sniff out the rats and just, like, grab them, get them away from the foodstuffs to make sure everything is top quality.
Anything that I do, like anything that he does catch, he actually kind of like pets and sort of like plays with just to make sure that they are at least getting some sort of attention and just making sure that like don't get into the things. Just stay here. I'll be nice. I'm nice.
Is the usual response you get. There is a very finely dressed kobold on board. Tig, would you care to describe yourself and what you're doing to help out on the ship?
I would love to. Yeah, Tig is taller than your average kobold for one, a whopping 4 foot, dressed in finery, rings, is primarily sort of a bronze scale, but mostly covered in these sort of like blue-purple feathers, almost. They aren't too keen on having been asked to help out, but they've been maybe cheating a little bit. That's kind of what you can do as a bard, though. Magical inspiration, play my bass lute a little bit. It's fine. And also, you know, shoot off some bardic inspiration here and there, just in case somebody looks like they're about to drop some crit. No, maybe no. Okay, seems fine. But I think Tig is about to go over and help Nyx with their burden, but is sort of gonna like cast a look over to Zidane and just. So, I do have a question. What is the point of playing catch and release with rats if we're all in the same boat and you're just going to have to catch them again?
He just looks up at and just goes and just shrugs. He goes back to kind of sort of playing the rats again, making sure that they stay on his shoulders and nowhere else.
I mean, that doesn't solve the rat problem, but what do I know? And is gonna meander over to help Nyx.
Thank you.
As it turns out, Nyx is needing some help moving the boxes. Imagine having strength not be the main stat. Anyway,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, last but certainly not least, there is a dragonborn with 2 tails on board. Nizip, would you care to introduce and describe yourself and what you're doing?
Nizip is a rather tall dragonborn standing at 6'6", with their scales, half of them almost appearing translucent in the light, the other half shining of a more metallic color than the others. And for the most part, they're just keeping themselves busy, helping move crates on the deck, and using their 2 tails as kind of leverage to help push things, because also strength not their primary stat.
It's a lot of crate moving at this late stage of getting the boat ready for docking and unloading. Most of them have been below deck, but now you want to get them on deck and off the boat as soon as possible. So decreed the captain earlier.
Okay, I have finished mopping this part of the deck, and I am now moving to help the others with the crates, because the little purple robed twink doesn't seem to be doing very well.
Not especially, no.
With those little purple robed twink arms.
Yeah,
What the fuck
the
did you
poor
just fucking say about me?
The robot didn't say anything.
the robot didn't say anything. Yeah, you spoke a lot with having your twink arms fail to load up some crates. Going down to help is the aforementioned tiefling knight. You can tell he's a knight because he is clad head to toe in full plate armor that has, like, green crystals in sockets connecting the rest of it. He's like, need some help, that? And goes, just hands one of the crates and hoists it up on his shoulder.
Thanks.
Hi, you're quite welcome.
very
Sorry, it's just
efficient.
I've been moving these crates around. It just seems like there's no end to them.
Well, naturally, there has to be some kind of end. They can't just magically keep spawning crates.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I'm sure I would. Magic is not my area of expertise.
Oh well, it just turns around, just like tries, just like grabbed on the side.
I would offer a spare hand, but I think I might need that.
Megan
okay.
reaches over like a crane, grabs her fingers open up like a crane, grabs the crate, lifts it up, and then just starts going. Puts it where it needs to be. Turns back. Her arm like sort of slowly lifts up. Thumbs up.
I think I'm just gonna dust these off.
With his free hand, Casmos gives a thumbs up, goes to move the crate over somewhere else. As I get back to the tool that actually lets me move him. I am a professional.
We're all professionals here.
All right. He heads over towards the helm, sets the crate down, and looks over at the horizon. He sighs as the shores of Sideria start to come into view. Beautiful country. I've missed it so.
Who's close to him?
Trill.
All right.
Hey. Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry.
Oh, hello up there.
How's it going?
Well, for the first time in a while, I believe it is going quite well. I must confess I'm not used to long voyages like these, but we shall soon be... Well, I don't know about you, but I shall soon be at home.
Well, home is a very tricky thing, but, yeah, everything, as far as I hope I can see, looks great, yeah, the breeze is nice, and should be, I hope, fingers and wings crossed, that it is, very smooth sailing till we port.
The least we can all hope for, my friend. Speaking of, actually, everything looking like smooth sailing, Trill and anyone else who is keeping a lookout, could I get you to roll perception checks for me?
Indeed.
I'm gonna say that as soon as Megan started helping, Tig divested themselves of having to lift anything. Looking, is probably like perched up here, sitting down, strumming on the lute, looking out over. So I will argue that I will roll a perception check.
Fair.
Nice.
Just looking for something to do.
Looking as busy as possible while doing as few things as possible. You know the deal.
Of course, of course.
But my lute's a little out of tune, so
Oh,
like
no.
Ty kind of like peers out over the waves, strums a chord, like just like kind of growls a little at it, looks down, starts like fiddling with the tuning pegs.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding.
Considering today's looking out for rats, might as well. Oh damn.
Hey, nice. All right. So, everyone who is out looking, you hear across the sound of some of the waves, there is a different sort of sound. A sound like some distance away, you think, but coming a little bit closer as you listen further. The sound of like raucous laughter approaching the ship, the Cambria. Trill and Zidane, amidst the laughter, you also hear what sounds like croaking noises, like those of a big frog.
Zidane's head immediately perks up.
That doesn't sound correct.
Yeah.
Is there a way to investigate further, or?
Do you want to alert anyone else?
Yeah, I feel like as long as that's basically what I assume my job is just like being lookout anyway. I'd be like, hey guys, I feel like I spoke a little bit soon on smooth sailing. I hear something really weird on the horizon.
Define weird, calls over the captain.
It's like a gross croaking noise.
Zidane actually starts croaking. Just
Yeah, exactly like that.
All right. As you alert the crew to the sound of croaking, more people start looking, and Zidane and Trill, you spot them first with your keen eyes. Coming really close on the horizon are several, like, smaller boats, like skiffs and patrol boats in size. On them appear to be various humanoids, mostly human, with a very rough-looking demeanor. One has an eye patch, a lot have, like, shaggy-looking beards. They smell awful, Zidane. You can tell that even from here. Unfortunately, you're downwind. And among them are, like, short, like, 5 to 5.5 foot tall humanoid frogs with bright, vivid colors that are doing the croaking, and one pulls a spear from, like, a quiver full of spears at its back, points it at the Cambria, and Captain Jan goes, "Oh shit, pirates."
Ah, shit.
Court.
All right.
Oh no, this is why we don't
Great.
say smooth sailing, it jinxes things.
My bad, guys.
Don't do it again.
They appear to me. It seems they form blockade.
Zidane, like, kind of grabs onto his nose with one hand and, like, exaggeratedly waves in front of it, kind of, like, with a disgust look on his face.
I have a question. Are they coming from the port or starboard side? Or are they on the port or
That's
starboard
my
side?
question, yeah.
Let's see. The helm is at the aft, so looking at the map, they are coming from the starboard side.
Awesome. Excellent. Tig moves and gets some cover.
All right. So Captain Jan calls out, "All right, everyone. Looks like it's more pirates. We're about to be boarded. Keep them off the ship if you can, and whatever happens, do not go in the water."
Don't have to tell me twice.
Aye, aye.
All right.
Thumbs up.
And then, with a thunk, 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 several harpoons with ropes at the end of them knock into the side of the Cambria, and several pirates start clambering up on board. Instead of using a harpoon, stop please before this first set of pillars, Megan. Or I'm pinging. Because the pirates are about to be here there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright. So, clambering up on board are several of these unkempt pirates, bandits, cheering, yelling. You can hear one of them yell, "We got some real ones, lads!" as they pull out scimitars and light crossbows. One of the frog people croaks loudly, and without even using one of the rope harpoons, just does a standing leap next to the captain, who sighs, adjusts her hat, pulls out a rapier, and assumes a dueling stance. Sarcasmus immediately rushes to her aid. "Ha! I face tougher than you!" he laughs, and he just pulls out what looks like the hilt of his sword, that then starts glowing with a radiant, fiery energy, and points it towards the frog. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal the pirates that are about to fight. and the frog at the other end of the arena. There are more pirates and frogs in the water around the boat itself, but for the sake of making this map not super cluttered, only the ones on the boat are going to be revealed, unless you're, like, focusing fire on the water to keep more from coming in or something.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, all of that being said, this seems like it's time to roll initiative.
All right, let's.
Damn, these bandits were not ready.
Neither.
I sprained me ankle!
Gar! There be a loose nail in the deck.
I'm getting tetanus.
Initiative. Where's the button again?
If you go to the combat tab, you should have a little die icon next to you.
Oh, thank you.
Roll
thank you.
initiative.
Where's my icon? There it is. That's the ping button. Do I have to target myself or?
You shouldn't,
Should
like,
just be able to roll. You may have to confirm the roll. If it isn't going
I
through
don't know.
right
I
away.
clicked on the initiative button on the character sheet.
That works
That's
too.
what I did too.
There doesn't seem to be a button on the other than the ping button on my thing.
Funky.
Hmm.
Character
weird.
sheet far or right
far
under
right.
your like XP bar.
yeah.
Attributes and
So,
shows your initiative.
character sheet, attributes,
Oh, there it
at
is.
the
There it
far
is.
right
Found it,
initiative.
Found it. Found it.
Nah.
Oh my god, Megan's ready.
Yeah, Megan is ready for murder. Yeah,
That's a nat 20, baby.
Bro.
Yeah.
Go boys.
fitting with Megan charging out ahead to fight the pirates. Megan is ready to go as combat begins.
All right. As I try to remember how to change to my death mode.
To death mode!
That's. There we go. Wait, hang on. There's too many menus here.
Uh-oh.
So much on screen, so little space.
All right.
Whatever. Pretend my eye's glowing death red now.
I will.
There we go.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna simply find the nearest one and go and attack with my greatsword. So let's open up the sheet. Let's hope this works. Just a regular roll. Oh,
Yep.
that works now. Okay,
Oh.
great.
Yeah. So, Megan, you just, like, reach behind you, draw one of your massive swords, and slam it down onto the bandit.
Yeah,
It is-
like a hiss of steam comes from my joints as it goes.
It's, like, immediately a mixture of crushed and sliced apart from the sword. It's, like, at least half as big as he is.
Just cleaned that.
Yeah. You see the bandit next to the one you just killed look over and go, holy shit!
My head slowly turns towards the next one. Steam menacingly bursts from my joints once again. As the lens in my eye turns and focuses.
He holds his hands up in the air. I don't know him. All right. Nizip.
All right. So, thank you. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and move right there. And since they're in a nice little bundle right there, I'm going to breathe on them.
Ooh.
All right.
So
It's like blow on their neck.
Ooh,
Thunder!
fascinating.
Okay.
If I don't know how to turn it.
I believe it is the scroll wheel.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That should hit them both. Ah.
Be
All
like
right.
that.
Nice. You head for the bandits, take an inhale, and then breathe out. Vroom. This like sonic boom of air, like bursts through the air. Neither of the bandits are prepared for it, and they just like stumble back, disoriented from the noise.
Excellent.
All right, Nyx.
It's me. So Nyx, who has seemed relatively normal, not very impressionable up to this point, just looks a bit worried at first and then just gives a big and holds out one of their hands, and their eyes amber already, but they start to glow a bit as the cracklings of an eldritch blast come out of their hand and target this guy up here. Oh, yeah, I got a target. I forgot.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, I set things up to automate fighting and damage, but you have to target them.
Yes. Sorry to be annoying. How do I target again?
Target button on the left should be the second.
that one,
second
yeah.
in the middle. There we go.
There we go. Try again. Woo. Oh.
Aha!
Oh.
Blast!
Fancy.
Nice. Yeah. With the crackle and you shoot out this purple and then purple with streaks of orange around it, ray of energy into the bandit. He is like struck directly in the chest and it's like, what the fuck? I just said I didn't know him! You're nasty!
I don't believe you.
All right, Trill.
How many boats are still out there, and do they already have like harpoons on the ship for easy access?
They have harpoons on the ship for easy access. You can see, you can definitely see like 4 to 5 boats out there.
4 to 5 boats out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How would I go about going to start trying to remove the harpoons?
Just say like you attack the harpoons with what? There's no target, but if it won't let you, I'll figure something out.
Okay. Yeah. So, because they're all on the starboard side. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna move over, and I'm gonna see if I can like cut them with the scimitar.
Cool. Yeah. AC to cut the ropes on the harpoons is 10.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I can actually attack without targeting something. Because I'm clicking on it and nothing's
Should be
happening.
Oh,
Oops. What did I just... Uh-oh.
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 I don't think there's a scimitar anymore.
Oh no!
Did you delete your weapon?
Oopsies.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Nope.
I didn't need it anyway.
Throws the scimitar overboard.
Yeah, take that, scimitar. All right.
Take that.
Trill, you fly over, draw a scimitar from your waist, and then cut away at the rope. I'm not going to give it that much hit points because there's a lot of ropes attached, so like, you have cut away the ropes on the side of the aft. You're pretty sure in your section, no more pirates are going to come up.
Cool.
All right. Tig.
All right. It's my turn. Yes, thank you. Very ominous. Okay. So nothing gonna come up on this section. That is neat, nifty, excellent. Yeah. I'm probably going to actually move. Tag sort of sees that Trill has this handle and is like, we need to get to the captain, help out there, get to the rest of the boat. So Tag is going to move, I'd say about here or so, and is actually going to select target. We are going to cast Mind Sliver.
Bang!
That stalled me.
So with a like a deep sonorous just thrum, a spike.
Yeah, just this spike of energy stabs itself into the mind of the backmost bandit, and he just like recoils in pain, like fiddling with his crossbow. Anyway, Zidane, you're up.
Oh, so that one has a crossbow, eh?
Yep.
I know who I'm targeting. As he takes out his longbow, and he's going to shoot for the one in the very back.
Oh! Okay. All right.
Yeah. With a mighty shot, you just like immediately draw an arrow, and with like practiced precision almost, which is very notable for someone of your young age, you release it and boom, fire an arrow directly into the bandit's skull. So not only does he have a mental like spike in his skull, he now has a physical one too.
That is a super dead bandit.
That is a definitely dead bandit. He just collapses over on the deck.
We'll need to clean that
Yeah,
later.
so
Whoop.
Oh.
Hey,
That is a lot of prompts.
whoop.
Whoa, hold up,
What?
hold up.
Hold up. Whoa, no, stop. Ugh.
The website's becoming sentient.
All right, so I'm gonna stop all that nonsense and let the bandits do their turn.
Zidane did such a good job. All the bands are like, nope.
Wow.
No, I don't want to do anything today. Not for me. No.
Oh God.
All right, so these bandits, they came on here thinking, oh, we're gonna go capture some people and it's gonna be fun. They just saw two of their dudes get slaughtered in like 6 seconds. And they're thinking, oh shit. So, these two are gonna back up not that far. Come on, work with me. Hang on, this is a not behaving bandit. There we go. So, two bandits are going to back it up. They'll get to about there, load up their light crossbows, and fire at the people they think are the biggest threats, namely the giant robot and the cannon, and the cannon-like longbow of this tiny elf child.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's good.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right,
Wait, Mrs.
Wait.
Bandit?
Mrs. Bandit. What? That's dumb. I was not targeting Bandit. This is
Maybe
a
if I
functional
turn on-
website.
If I turn on my friends, they won't kill me.
Perfect. Well, either way, 7 is definitely. I was targeting Megan. 7's definitely not enough to hit Megan. All right. So instead, we're gonna try and shoot Zidane, not Megan. The shot flies wide over the pretty long distance it has to fly, thunks its way into the side of the ship, and the bandit that is up close with Nizip knows that backing away in a melee fight is not gonna go well, so he lunges forward with the scimitar and is gonna try and slice Nizip with it. There we go. Ooh. He was particularly nasty with that swing, managing to get a pretty solid wound across the chest with it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
All right. And as fighting rages on, both towards the middle of the ship and towards the stern, this piercing, loud, echoing roar echoes across the waves. I'm not even going to have anyone roll to see, do I perceive it? Because it is that loud.
That's not good.
Only good things happen when things sound like that.
All
No,
right.
stop jinxing it!
Yeah. And
That
as
wasn't my fault.
and as you hear the roar, you hear Jan Azulbe from the stern of the ship yell, "Oh shit. Get to the aft! Get to the aft!" So this is going to be an environmental thing that's going to happen. Environments happen on initiative count 20, so it's going to be after Megan and Nizip.
Oh no.
Speaking of, Megan!
Fun.
All right, my turn. Okay. Change it out of combat mode for a second. Seeing that my companion is wounded, I would like to lay on some hands. All right, so let's see. Let's target Nizip, and let's click on the good old. Hey, wait a minute. How come I only have 4 out of 5 uses?
Whoa. Hang on. I think that was from session 0. Let me refill. There we go.
All right, now that we're full.
These hands.
I lay my robot hands upon this upon this dragonborn, and go.
Feel better.
All right. How many points would you like to use?
I guess
Out of 5.
One.
Cool. Nizip is healed for 1 hit point.
Oh.
Much appreciated.
All right. Nizip.
I can't see the health
Well?
bars on some of the other characters.
I think you just see your own.
No, because Queen, I could see your character. I could see your
Yeah.
health bar.
I
Yeah.
see your health bar and no one else's.
Because I'm special.
You're the only one who has
Apparently.
health, and you're the only one who can die.
Apparently.
I'm alive!
True.
But for how long?
All right. I'll futz around with that.
It's okay.
Okay, well, seeing as things are set up the way they are, Nizip is just going to draw their short sword and stab a bitch.
Ah, that's how much health the scimitar did. Maybe I should have used more points.
Yeah.
Nice.
In revenge for the strike, you draw a short sword and, with a powerful thrust, immediately deal a massive blow of your own, striking straight through the bandit.
Told you shouldn't have done that.
He, slumps over limp onto the deck.
Nice. So this effect.
It is, yes. So, from the port side of the ship, comes this, rise of froth and foam as the waves, churn and, are pushed aside. I am just doing the last health bar so that you can see, Trill's health.
I exist. I
You
got help.
exist.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see off to the port side of the ship, rising from the waves, this gigantic crab claw.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah. Which, slams down onto the ship, right along the line, right in front of where Nizip is standing. So if you had moved any further, that would have been real bad.
Oh.
Yeah. And hoisting, attached to the crab claw out of the waves, looks like essentially a gigantic crab centaur woman with, like, blood red markings around her eyes, a jagged black harpoon in one hand,
Kinda
towering over the ship.
Mommy.
And then she drags the hand down and the ship turns over.
What?
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Ooh, no.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So these pirates towards the front, they are going to make some dexterity saves to avoid tumbling into the drink. Yeah. So normal and normal. So the one on the right manages to hold on to the side of the ship. The other one is just yanked straight overboard and falls into the water. Everyone else, I'd like for you to describe what you do to try and stay on the ship.
Find one of these little holes in the deck things or whatever and stick my staff into it.
Cool. Make an attack with your staff.
I don't think I can do that.
All right. Strength check me then.
So just a check.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. You managed to get enough of a grip that you were roughly there on the ship,
Okay.
and managed to plug in and hold on as the ship starts tilting over on its side.
God, as they're falling, the trinkets
Lord.
start clacking against each other, and I'm just like, oh god, please work, please.
All right.
Okay.
This is affecting everyone out of turn, so
Okay.
once everyone has done their actions to try and stay on the ship, combat will resume.
All right.
Cool.
I instinctively grab both of my swords and try to like jab them both into the deck.
Cool. So that is going to be an attack roll with the greatsword.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and say you have advantage because you have a second sword to like help out.
Yeah. Dual wielding for climbing purposes. All right. That's alt, I believe. Whoop! Not tied. Not tied. Not tied. Not tied.
Don't get tied.
Not tied. Not tied.
No.
Oh no.
To you.
Bully!
No. Not tying. No.
Not tying.
Hashtag not tying.
You manage to like firmly embed your blades in the deck of the ship and not into tying.
And not into tying. Very important. We do not do that.
Yeah, I would prefer not. Thank you.
Yes. Don't worry. It's not canon.
Whew.
Intrusive thoughts.
Right. I know Trill's gonna try and go airborne and just like fuck the standing on the ground. I'm out. Letting out just like a little.
Not even gonna have you make a check for this. You can fly.
I can
You're
fly.
a bird. You got that action for free, so I guess you could say you're a free bird.
Ayo.
I'll say something. Yeah, Ty's just gonna grab onto Megan.
All right.
Megan was literally like right there within melee range, so they're just gonna like grab out and latch onto her.
Cool. Dex save.
Cool. Awesome. Would love to do that. Dexterity save, please.
That's
Ooh, that's a rough roll. That's
Unfortunate. You don't manage to grab onto Megan in time, and you go tumbling further down the deck. Like, you were far enough back that you're not in the water, but you're getting pretty close.
Oh god!
oh.
You just hear a string of curses and draconic as they kind of like slide down, claws like scrabbling on.
Yeah. I see little claw marks all along the deck.
Seeing as I was also next to Megan, my first instinct was also to grab onto Megan.
Oh, deck saving throw.
Grab onto large robot.
Grab onto the big robot.
How do I do that? Because the number doesn't seem to let me click on it.
Just click on the word, and then it should let you
Yeah.
choose
The word, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
the bit that glows.
There
Nice.
you go.
Thank you, UI, for making things glow.
Yep.
Right.
All right. You successfully managed to grab onto the giant robot and hang on, dangling for dear life before you can tumble down the ship. So that leaves Zidane.
I am actually gonna run a little closer in the middle of the ship before I take on my short sword and stab into it.
All
Yeah,
right.
there
Very smart, using the physics of levers to your advantage.
All right, let's go, boys. Come on. Why aren't you? Please,
Come on, baby.
please, let me use my.
You clicking on the command or the dice next to the
Yeah, I
command?
am.
Weird.
Why do you not like me? Come on.
The dice is glued to your hand.
Worst comes to worst, you can just do it manually, but you know, we'd
That's
like
true.
to not be. We'd like to not have to do that. So.
Yep.
I'll have to do it manually. It looks like.
Unfortunate.
Does it only work if you're targeting or something?
Perhaps if that's the case, then I can do like normal attack roll. Will be that. So.
Yeah, there you go.
All
There
right.
we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Congratulations. That is enough to stab into the deck
Oh.
and plant yourself there. All right. So, as you alternately tumble and hold on for dear life on the deck, you see towards the aft of the ship, the frog leap away into the water as Captain Jan and Sir Casmos, who were much closer to the front, immediately tumble into the water. They had no shot to get out of the way.
Oh no.
Casmos was in full plate armor, so he immediately is dropping like a stone into the water. Meanwhile, some of the frog people swim through and are approaching Captain Jan and some crewmates who were just out and about. Again, not here, so as to not fill the battle map up with complicated stuff, and are grabbing on to everyone they can.
Oh God.
Yeah. So as everyone holds on, you hear a loud snap, and the front half of the ship cracks off, leaving the back half to fall back into
God.
place.
Oh.
Oh,
You guys poopy.
There goes our ride.
I'm just
That's
gonna
not good.
move Trill a little closer so that we can get everyone in frame.
Fair enough.
All right. So combat now resumes on Nyx's turn.
Well, Nyx, seeing the captain and Cosmos fall overboard, immediately panics. I think looks up at Trill and just goes, Trill! We need to save them!
I'm gonna try and do what I can, but little bird arms.
I don't know how else I can help, but just shout if you need anything, I guess.
I'm on it. I'm
All right.
Yep. Do
I will
what
ask the
can.
DM, is it wise for us to fight this thing or nah?
Make a nature or a religion check.
Gladly.
Oh, it's like
I'm so curious. What do you think?
this. I personally don't think we should fight Crab Mommy.
13.
All right. You have heard tales of this thing before. You have heard tales of this, like, super violent, angry, for all intents and purposes, crab monster god known as Karkinos.
Ooh.
I don't think we should fight the Crab Monster God.
Yeah. As I've
What?
accidentally opened up a whole bunch of tabs about Karkinos when I really need to only show the one. Yeah. Yeah, so you look at this giant crab woman who is taller than the ship, who just snapped it in half. And you think, maybe I shouldn't fight that.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
come
can
on.
take it.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
right?
Oh, dang.
Mommy.
Martinos. God.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
Right,
Mommy,
right.
sorry.
I was gonna be the nice, innocent one and not say anything, and what happens the one time?
Hey, listen, I've been saying mommy the whole time.
I know.
I laugh. I laugh at this. It's so fun.
I'm just checking the distance towards the frog because
Thank you.
I'm worried the frogs are gonna split off. I'm wondering what we can do. I keep trying to like measure the distance, but the map's too small for me to see it.
You could scroll out.
I'm trying, but it's really hard to do.
What do you mean lost connection to the server? Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good.
Huh?
Because then I
It
have
just
to
burped.
scroll
It
up to
just
then
burped for
move.
me.
Yeah, I have to scroll up to move the map back down because for some reason it's not registering my right click to move the freaking mouse. This is a functional website.
You have
Yeah.
you're using your scroll wheel to zoom out, or
I don't have a scroll wheel. I've got a touchpad.
Ah, that will explain it.
That
Yeah.
would make things difficult.
Like I can
I
scroll,
function.
but then I can't move
I
it.
believe to scroll you got to use 2 fingers.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
to-
doing, but I can scroll to zoom in. I can't move the map down. Now I can, because it just decides to work. All right, I'm going to assume this thing is, like, less than 90 feet away from me.
55 says the drag ruler.
55. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep moving then, because I'm pretty sure Zidane's got a handle on this guy. So, 5... I'm on my ruler. 5, 10... 15, 20, 25, and it's this point Nyx kind of realizes the weight of all the things that their mother has given them for this trip, and it's like, oh no, as they realize they're winded very easily. Encumbered my ass. But they will see this little frog dude, see the other one as well. Actually, you know what, in that case, yeah, they'll see this one and panic thinking, oh god, so they will cast Hex. I do not think I am already concentrating on Hex, so I will concentrate again. And that's
All right.
so I can Eldritch Blast it!
Oh,
Dang!
Oh,
That is impressive.
that's a lot of damage.
Wow.
That's a lot of damage.
Well, you
I
So-
need
really
to
don't like that frog.
Yeah, plus
Oh,
5
that-
from Hex. So you really don't like that frog firing up another crackling rain, just obliterating it before it can get to Captain Chen.
Are you okay?
No! She screams, trying to stay afloat.
Okay, in which case, because it's dead, I will move the Hex to the other frog here.
All right.
Listen, I know it goes without saying, swim for your life!
You're being very patronizing right now. Anyway, Trill.
oh god. I'm like looking at all my stuff. There's actually nothing I can do for anybody in the water right now. Ah, this
I mean,
sucks.
You can dash, double your movement speed.
Can I dash?
Yeah,
Oh. Is that an action though?
that is an action.
You see, then that's still not helpful. Because I can only move 50 feet then, and I was, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That only puts me, like, not quite. It puts me right near you, Tag.
Wait. Isn't the flight speed 50 feet? So if you dash, you get 100 feet? Oh, sorry.
Nope.
This
I
know what
is-
you're talking about.
This is the adjusted Aarakocra from the Newborn Kaiden's book.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, my fly speed is still 25 feet.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
it's 30 flight speed, but they get more spells as they level up.
Ooh, gotcha.
Neat.
Yeah. It's like I could do... It would, if I had 2 actions, then sure, I'd be able to do something. But all I can do is, I guess, move? At least for this turn, and hopefully people are still alive in the water by my next turn. I'm a-coming.
Here we go!
I'm coming.
Luigi!
I'm coming to help. I'll be there. Hopefully soon. I'm gonna be so guilty if I don't make it.
Yeah. We zoom in dramatically as Nyx reveals that the frog has disadvantage on dex checks.
I forgot Foundry does that.
Nick's jump scare.
Yeah. Nyx, the frog gets disadvantage on dex checks.
just wanted to let you know. Okay.
What's a dex check, you hear? All right. Tig.
Okay. Neat. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is first off go over to my features real fast. Is the range on this? Oh, there we go. 60 feet. Tag is going to take, just like with one sort of like plucked resonant string, is going to give bardic inspiration to our poor sinking knight.
Oh.
So hopefully he'll have at least a bit of a better time doing whatever it is. Really quickly, so it looked like the frogs were like going over to the others, including the bandit. Before they got super attacked, were they attempting to like move people or like help people get out of the way?
Oh.
From what you can tell around you, the frog's just like grabbing anyone who falls in the water and swimming away with them.
Oh.
Okay, still probably not the best idea to let that happen then. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's just from what you can tell at a glance. If you want to like figure out more, that's insider nature.
Would I be able to do that and still use my action?
Yes, just remembering things is a free action as long as you do it like once per turn.
Oh, thank God.
If you try to think
see.
any more than that, you gotta start paying up your actions.
Seriously. We will do a nature check. 15.
All right. You recognize these frogs. These are a species of frog that is mostly native to Sideria and other like very, very tropical environments known as the Kealp. I will spell them out like that.
Oh,
says
thank
the
you.
dead one.
Dead.
They are essentially, well, pirates, obviously, but mostly swamp pirates. They don't deal much in, like, loot or gold and goods and whatnot. They deal in sacrifices.
Ah, cool. Awesome. Love that for us. Alright, in that case, is there, like, one of the harpoons, is there like one within reach?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. I want to go over to it and start maybe hopefully trying to get down to one of the not broken ships.
All right. Cool. So you'll be able to start doing that on your next turn because you used most of your movement to get here, and I don't want to have you use like athletics to double move since you already bardic inspirationed.
Bardic is a bonus action.
In that case, fuck it, yeah, athletics.
Weebo!
Let's go.
I will do my best. We'll see how well this works.
You got it.
Don't ever talk to me ever again. Don't say that. Don't ever say that I got it ever again.
You got it.
So, good news. Since it is on a rope and it is downhill, you don't need that much athletics to, like, slide down the rope onto one of the smaller boats off the side, which
Oh, thank fuck.
was recently washed away of the pirates that were on it, considering, you know, giant splashing ship with the tidal waves that ensues.
Yeah, Tig is just gonna call out, I have one!
I just made a little square there to indicate the size of the boat. It is not big. Anyway, Zidane.
Yeah, there's a pirate right in front of my face. I'm gonna get rid of that ASAP, otherwise that might be a problem.
Get his ass!
Wait a little bit.
Get his ass!
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Zidane, baby!
The pirate sees an arrow coming at him and just instinctively, like, ducks, looks up, sees Karkinos behind you, and just curls into a ball.
And with that, I am going to get away
That
Pretty
guy's
giant-
probably also. Sorry, you
get
can
away
go
a
in
decent
first.
amount, just like
Yep.
just like that, just zoop.
That guy's also probably saying "mommy," but probably for his own.
Yep. So this bandit, seeing that somehow he's not dead, despite the giant crab woman having attacked the ship. Let's see, he's not trained in athletics, so it's just regular old strength check to get down the rope. He flees down the rope and gets onto the boat with Tig.
We're not gonna have a problem, are we?
How many of your friends are coming down?
Probably all of them.
Then no, we're not gonna have a problem.
Good. And Tig just sort of like pats him like roughly on the arm. Good.
Alright. So that is that bandit's turn. The one alive bandit who was fighting you guys was knocked into the drink by a giant crab woman. So,
You know,
safe to say, he is pretty much down by now.
Wow,
It's
that is a big impact on the water.
Yep. It is, yeah. Speaking of, Karkanos roars again and starts raising up her claw.
Oh,
Don't do that.
We're
Ma'am.
gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems.
Okay. So the ropes are still attached to the ropes are still attached to the side of the ship, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to try. I might have an idea on how to at least rescue this debris. Like in the ship around the ship is also present. Like, yes, it's not just cosmetic.
Yes, that is there.
Okay. I'm thinking about how we can save the captain. Because yeah, being in the drink is not good.
nope.
So, I'm gonna actually, seeing that this bandit's probably not gonna cause any problems because of the looming threat of all of us, I am going to come over to the side of the, come over to the sides of the ship, lean over and try to like yank one of the harpoons out.
All right.
Oh, smart.
Okay.
Smart.
Because okay, first the check.
Yes, first, athletics check, yes.
I'll explain what I want to do if I get this thing out. All right, so
for it.
that would be athletics. I am going to click on that, and it's going to be normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
you easily just grab harpoons and yank all of them out, holding them in your three-clawed robot hand.
All right, I'm going to come back to how big are the harpoons?
Like the size of a short spear. Like,
Okay.
easy enough to toss.
Okay, toss. All right. I turn to the others.
Knife. Have any. Does any One have knife.
Oh! Yes?
Zidane,
First language.
Zidane raises hand.
All right.
Like kind of sort of to make sure Bacon sees him.
All right. How much slack is on this harpoon?
There is, like, roughly 30 feet of rope tied to the end of the harpoon.
Okay, I would like to start pulling on that, pulling as much as I can grab, and then
Cool.
and then turn towards Zidane. Zidane, grab the two, grab outside of where I want the rope to be cut, and I say,
But
that was very cut this rope. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that is the turn timer. It is meant to keep turns from going over 3 minutes.
Yeah. Anyways, I've grabbed the harpoon and I'm saying, yeah, cut this rope.
Yeah, that being said, yeah, you did all the action, so I'm not going to hold it against you.
Yeah.
All right. Nizib.
Did we actually skip their turn accidentally previously?
Skip.
Nizib's
No.
turn.
We're leaving.
No,
I think we're
I
just
don't-
like, nope, we're
No,
going.
what happened is Megan moved, so Nizip doesn't have anything to hold on to anymore.
Okay. Just
I mean,
wanted
the
to
boat's
check on that.
safe
Yeah.
now, so.
The boat is back upright, so Nizib is safe.
Okay.
Nizib had the turn before Karkinos split the boat in half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Nice.
Speaking
Nizib
of,
killed one of the guys.
yeah, speaking of, Karkinos is about to try and do that again.
Okay. Not.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm worried where I am now.
Let's see. Oh, wait, is that 30?
That is 30.
Okay, this probably might not be smart. Let me check if I can just do this for free. Yeah, I'm just going to... Nizip is just going to look at the giant crab lady and in her mind just try and say, please don't. Try and persuade her not to, because I could speak to her telepathically, assuming she understands Common or Draconic.
She does.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna say in her mind, please don't smash the boat again.
Would you please?
Make a persuasion check.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Ouch.
You just hear this echoing scream of a voice in your head.
Endable. And I'm going to get ready to try and climb down the rope as soon as I can, but...
All right. Okay. Initiative count 20. So the environment moves. So, first off, the frog swims over to Captain Jan, the Kaelt rather, grabs her, and dives under the water with her.
Oh,
Yeah. Meanwhile, you can barely see below the surface of the water Sir Casmos, who was sinking really, really quickly thanks to wearing plate armor. Immediately, flail around, dropping his blade as it fizzles out under the water, and just put a fist in and smash one of the green crystals holding his plate armor together, shattering it and breaking the armor apart, so that he can, float up to the surface, real bedraggled looking, sans any of his equipment.
Oh.
poor guy.
Yeah, Tyke's gonna wave him over, like, fuck over here.
Alright, that is what he will do next turn, because that was essentially his turn. I just need to, get rid of all the stuff he had in his sheet, eventually. I'll do that later, once there's not a battle. Alright. And Karkinos, once more, raises a claw, digs it into the side of the ship, and tilts it onto its side again so that the very aft of the ship is pointing upwards.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's super bad.
That's real bad.
That's real bad.
That could be worse.
All right.
That's real bad.
So, Trill, you're flying. You don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
I'm
Yeah.
so concerned.
And Nizip, I'm gonna say you're close enough to the harpoons that you can slide onto the very edge of the boat,
Okay.
which is going to leave Megan, Nyx, and Zidane to figure out
Oh no.
what
Okay.
through.
So the railings have these. So the railings of the boat have these little slits, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to get a foothold on both of those with like my hands and feet and everything. So I'm just gonna try to hug the railing basically.
Absolutely. Athletics check.
Okay. Good thing I'm a giant robot.
What? You are?
What?
Ah, yes.
I just thought there was a lot of
well.
armor.
Unfortunate.
Oh no.
Oh,
You,
man.
Oh.
You slide off the side of the boat, harpoons and rope in hand.
Now, is Megan good with water?
I am a large, heavy robot. Well, actually, I am.
I mean,
my
boats
guts are
big
made
and
of
heavy.
wood. My
So-
guts are made of wood, so I guess I would be kind of.
Here's the
buoyant.
thing. Here's the thing about Warforged. Technically, they're not wearing armor. They're like linked to the armor, so it's part of their skin, their outer shell. So while not the best in water, she'll be doing better than, let's say, a knight who was in full plate.
Yeah.
And she landed close to the boat, so that's an advantage.
Okay. Do I have to
Great.
like grab onto the boat now, or do I have to let the others do something first?
Let Nyx and Zidane do a thing first.
Okay.
I think Nyx is gonna do the same thing as before and just hang on for dear life.
Cool. Strength check.
Okay. Build check. No.
Sploosh.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, you are too close to the edge and can't find a good grip in time and are dunked into the water.
Great. This is
And-
fine.
And Zidane.
I'm trying to remember where I was, like, the exact placement on it, because if I remember correctly, I am
You're in the
right
middle of the
next
boat.
to- But wasn't I, like, right next to a railing that kind of goes up to a, higher platform?
Yes, you were next to a handrail.
Was I below it? Was I on that platform, or was I, like, right below it? Like, right next to stairs that would lead up to it, sort of thing? I'm trying to
You
remember.
were next to the stairs, I believe.
I'm gonna jump up and grab that railing.
All right, athletics, let's go.
Let's go! Please.
Let's go!
Let's go. All right, so this looks like you're on the edge of the boat, but trust me, you're not in the water. You were just hanging on to the railing, like dangling above the smaller boat.
I imagine my cloak is getting wet better than that. Just like.
Yep. All right. So at this point, the more of the frogs are swimming through the water. They're having a fine time. They can swim. The pirates they brought with them are having some trouble, but the Kayalt rather, it's hard to spell. They're swimming through, grabbing people, and some start to head in your direction when they see Karkinos turn towards them, and they're like, nope, and immediately turn around, start swimming away with their ill-gotten gains. So, Nyx,
Yeah.
you're in the water.
Am I, like, above the water?
Yes.
Alright, can I swim?
You can swim at half speed.
Fuck yeah! What would that be for 25?
10.
10. Oh, great. Could I dash swim?
Yes.
Alright, I will I'm gonna use the. So you know when kids start swimming and they have that little board they hold onto. Nyx is gonna use the staff as a replacement.
Little boogie board.
Little boogie board over.
Nice.
All right, so they will dash to the boat. I'm guessing they can only hit the edge, or can they climb in?
We have a ruler for that. We have a ruler for that. Let's measure that shit.
It's 20. I thought more like, is it an action to get in, or can I just get in?
You can just get in.
All right, I will dash over.
All right.
Shake myself off like a cat.
Yeah, you drag yourself very soggily onto the boat. Trill.
Oh God.
So the captain's
The captain is gone. I can't do anything about that because the captain's actually probably gone. Yeah.
The captain is underwater, and the frog holding her is swimming away at a decent clip.
Yeah. So I cannot swim super great. I'm bird. Am bird. How deep are they right now?
You can estimate like 5-10 feet below the surface. Just enough to
Okay.
make ranged attacks a pain in the ass to hit them.
I don't know if this would work because I don't know if this is strong enough to actually be able to do anything. Would I be able to shape water that general vicinity to make the current go up to bring them back to the surface?
Ooh.
Ooh! That is a
Clever.
very...
That's hot.
That is a really neat thing. I will allow it, make an Arcana check.
Big bird flex. No!
No! It was a great idea, but they're just out of range, unfortunately, by the time you start pushing the water up.
Ah, I'm sorry, Captain. Let's see. Oi. I feel so bad going to the ship. I'm gonna still fly and see if there's an opportunity to put support from it. If anyone else needs support within the next turn, I'm probably gonna move a little bit closer, but not to the boat. It's maybe just over here.
All right. Okay. Tide.
Cool. So I am going to. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to grant, since Zidane is the one who is currently farthest away and is most likely to have issues, they are also going to get some bardic he's also going to get some bardic inspiration, just in case it's necessary. And then I'm going to use my action to attempt to take my dagger and attempt to slice off the rope that's currently... Well, I guess here's the question. The rope is pretty firmly attached to the boat from the harpoon, yes? Or is it not?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I'm going to take my dagger and try and saw through some of that rope to make sure we're not pulled down with the ship.
Good call.
Yeah. AC was 10 to hit it, correct?
Correct.
Actually, my dagger's not equipped. I'm just going to swing my rapier because, close enough, good enough.
Close enough.
It'll cut.
Exactly.
It's sharp. It'll cut.
All right. I see.
Yeah.
We're also having the thing happen. Awesome. That is
The thing
how are
where
you
there's
guys
not a
able
target.
Yeah. I'm just gonna target myself. Don't worry about it. Oh.
Oh no.
Unfortunate.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does that mean fun optional rules come into play right now? Since it was
It
a nat
does.
one?
That wasn't that one. All right,
Fun
so
optional rules come into play.
to mimic the spirit of Breath of the Wild, whenever there's a nat 1 roll on a weapon attack, the weapon will get damaged, which gives it, I believe, a -1 penalty to attack and damage. Actually, let me double check that because I
thought
changed
it was
a couple times.
you rolled a follow-up D4 question
Oh
mark?
yeah,
Unless
roll
that
a
is-
follow-up D4. Yes.
Great. What is good in this D4? Asking for a friend.
You want to land on the 4.
We'll see.
You did not land on the 4. All right.
Okay.
So, your rapier is unfortunately not made for cutting, and bends a little against the rope.
Oh.
It is now damaged, so it has a -1 penalty to attack and damage rolls. It can be repaired, you just don't have the scrap for it.
This
Cool,
is what we get for not using the weapon for its intended purpose.
Tig is going to, in that case, is going to just snarl at the bandit and just say, "Help with this." That's my turn.
You got it! Alright, Zidane.
Please, Discord, please be nice with me. I don't know why you hate me. Anyways. Fuck, where's the captain's way too long gone and...
Yeah, Captain's way gone.
Damn. Alright. Sad. Alright. So... Might be a case of, trying to think what would be the best course of action here. No, I don't want to move, I want to... Alright. I'm still holding on, right? Would it...
You're still holding on, yes.
So would be an action to kind of let go or, try to, like, get on top of it, as it were, to give myself some sort of bearing?
I'll let you use 10 feet of movement to climb up so you're mostly standing up.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright? You are standing up, the ship is rapidly going down.
Rapidly going down, but I'm going to, alright, so with that in mind, then... Did I... Barely. That's fine. Just get my bearing. I am... probably going to... jump in the water at a very... Kind of jump in the water. A little, and then try to dash... Kind of using my action, kind of dash to get to everyone else. So I'm right here.
All right. You back up, take a running leap into the water, and swim over to clamber onto the ship.
And that should be my turn.
All right. So, I swear this is a rope and not a person, but it just so happens that a commoner has 10 AC. So what the bandit is going to do is he's going to take a scimitar and cut at the rope. The rope, I emphasize.
The rope.
The rope.
The woman.
The rope.
I guess that's...
His scimitar chips against the rope.
The rope is cursed.
He stares
What
at
is
it.
ropes made of?
I don't know. Clearly
Hey,
not.
In our defense, there is a rapidly sinking ship that is tossing our little boat all over the place in these
Yeah.
waves. It's not
That rope's gonna be pulled pretty tight.
Yep.
If it's pulled tight, it should snap easier.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's just a super rope.
Okay. I should probably get onto the boat. How much movement does it cost?
You'll be able to get onto the rope. The boat, rather.
Okay.
Stop on the rope. Mine.
All right, I clamber onto the boat. I see I see our dear friend over there. Is there anywhere I can? I might need some help tying the rope because I have 3 fingers. But B, all right. I'm gonna see if I can like toss the harpoon over to our dear friend over here. So, let's see. I'm gonna stumble over this way. Excuse me. Stumble over this way. Grab the rope tight with one hand, and I'm gonna toss the harpoon in his direction, like just the general direction.
Cool. Athletics.
Athletics. Okay, let's see how far this thing goes. Oh,
Nice.
far enough. Perfect.
Yeah, that's definitely far enough to hurl in, embed itself into some of the floating debris so that
Excellent.
so that he can grab onto it. Cosmos grabs onto the rope, gives it a tug. It seems secure enough. He gives a thumbs
Right.
up with his free hand.
All right, I'm gonna start pulling.
All right. Nizib.
Seeing as everyone's on the boat at this point, I'm just gonna go over and also attempt to cut the rope and see if we can break 3 for 3.
Oh God!
Thank God.
I swear.
Okay, fine. Aw.
Okay. So, while you manage to not break your own sword against a fucking piece of rope, somehow, whatever this rope was made out of, it does not buckle under the cut. The pirate looks down, squints at it. Ah, swamp fibers! The bastards made this top quality! And initiative counts 20, so the rest of the boat crumples beneath the waves.
Bye,
that boat's
Cambria.
Rip it
Yeah,
up.
as Cosmos clambers the rest of the way on the rope, pulling himself onto the boat, and then flopping over, taking some very deep breaths.
We should probably just untie that.
Working on it, he says. Next.
Nix will cast Creep Bonfire and just burn the rope.
Yeah.
Burn it.
You just set the rope on fire. Yeah, it bursts into flames. It snaps and detaches from the rest of the boat.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Karkinos, 1 damage to the rope. See,
This is just getting sad.
amazing.
Our greatest foe so far has been a piece of
A
rope.
rope.
A rope.
Oh my god. It's gonna be like that.
All right. So, with that done, Karkinos dives below the waves to continue her pursuit of the fleeing pirates. Bloodlust and violence still in her eyes. And with that, I declare combat over.
Oh,
Whoa.
What? What just happened?
Our ship sank.
ah. So I take it you are not a local, yes?
Huh? Me?
Yes, you.
I was 10 years ago.
Ah,
I'm guessing
it's been a while, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, I heard about her, but I thought it was like a little crab that does like a dance every now and then.
Tiger's just not even gonna dignify that with an answer. Is gonna start rooting around in the little skiff for like oars so we can start moving away.
Please.
There are like barely oars in here, like enough to get slowly along. Most of them tumbled overboard.
I think I'm gonna keep this harpoon because we seem to be losing a lot of weapons.
I will add it to you as a javelin then.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
We seem to be losing weapons. I am going to pull this thing out of the debris and be like,
Could use this.
Nice. Nyx will look at Cosmos and just go, "Are you okay?"
Well, grateful to be alive after evidently incurring the wrath of the crab. Well, my arrival back home could have gone better.
Gotten that bad, huh?
Evidently. Well, looks like we're all stuck together now, eh, lads and lasses? Proper introduction should be in order, just in case I forgot on the ship. My name is Sir Cosmos, Knight of Sideria. Former knight, anyway. I doubt I'm still employed.
Megan lifts up one finger, points to like the text on her shoulder plate that says Mega-N, and lets off a little burst of steam.
Megan, eh? Pleasure.
Reaches out to shake his hand.
He gladly accepts.
It's a firm handshake, but it's very mechanical. Let's go. Gives Casmos a nod.
So, you're all off to Sideria, eh? He says, trying to keep conversation as you slowly row the boat along.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
Indeed.
trying to comprehend all of that.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, but name, sorry, yeah, I'm Nyx, couple parts.
Pleasure.
Yeah, wish it would have been under better circumstances.
Don't we all?
We are not dead. Is good.
Is
So,
very good.
Yeah. So
Yes.
are any the rest of you from Sideria? Or traveling?
Tig sort of like flips up a ringed hand, does like a little flourish with it that is partially a bow since they're, kind of rowing at the moment. Tig, Kendostain, if that means anything to you. But yes, I am a local.
I'm guessing since I've been gone for so long it wouldn't?
I don't know, actually.
Make a history check.
Yes. If I can find a character sheet again. History. So many buttons.
All right. Well, of Kendostain. Kendostain is a dragon, a bronze dragon, from what you can remember, local to Sideria. Fairly young compared to other dragons you've heard about occupying Sideria.
Mm-hmm. Nyx will remember this blink. And be like, oh. It's an honor?
Ty just sort of looks at them and is just, my family and clan serve Kendostain. A sort of way of explanation.
Oh no, I got that. I just
Oh.
Nothing.
Well, in that case, sort of like waves a little dismissive claw. I'll keep at it then. Row. Kind of starts like tapping out like with their feet, kind of like a rhythm, so that we can all start getting it together under
Not
the
bod
same
rhythm.
Yeah.
Sap rave.
exactly. Oh God, no.
PTSD from Crab Ray. Let's go.
Yeah.
And
Well, my name's Trill. I'm not from here, but I do my fair share of traveling, and I mostly work around like I'm mostly an environmentalist. I help I make sure help preserve flora and fauna and their environments, protecting species alike.
Flowers. Good.
Yes, many
Zidane-
flowers.
Zidane, who's kind of had this sort of blank face the entire time, almost perks up at like fauna and flowers, just like catches his interest a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to make sure the world is healthy.
Indeed it is. Like Megan says, flowers? Good. So Casmus just gives a cheesy grin and a thumbs up.
Puts hand on Casmos' shoulder.
You understand.
Gently pats.
He just has like this very big like nod with a smile on his face.
Megan looks over, sees the boat kind of tilting a bit.
Should probably be in middle.
Oh.
Doing my best, says the pirate, who's just rowing and rowing along.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if it'll help, but maybe I could try pulling the boat forward with the rope from the harpoon you grabbed, Megan.
Hands the rope to you.
Right. All right. You go ahead, start pulling the rope ahead, making the very slow journey towards shore. Casmos looks over at Zidane. You there, I couldn't help but notice that you're a fan of flowers too, yes?
He gives a nod.
Excellent. Glad to see we've got things in common. You will pardon me, though, I don't think I caught your name.
He kind of like gives a little blank look at Cosmos, kind of tilts his head a little bit, and then like sort of like as though like a light bulb goes on his head, and he goes into his satchel and tries to like look through it as he takes out this crumpled piece of paper and hands it to him. On this, it's basically like this very small torn piece of paper, and it has the name Zidane written on it. Poorly, crudely written, but it's written on it nonetheless.
Zidane! The pleasure to meet you, Zidane, he says, handing the paper over gently so as not to, like, tear it or anything.
Yeah, he kind of puts it back a little less than cautious, and just kind of gives, like, this big smile, just gives a smile to him.
And, you'll forgive me, young lady, he says, calling over to Nizip. I don't believe I've seen a dragonborn with two tails before.
Most people haven't. It doesn't happen very often. Since everyone else has shared their name, I guess I shall indulge. My name is Nizip. I am a dagger for hire, so long as you're at least mostly honorable.
Well, I would like to think that I am. So, I'm sure that we'll, if not be good friends, then we'll be good work acquaintances.
It's always the ideal circumstance.
The bandit awkwardly coughs. My name's Rocco. Rocco Nine Toes.
Well, that's Rocco. I'm glad we did not have any problems. Sort of like pats him a little on the shoulder.
Threateningly.
Yeah. My friend got crushed by a sword bigger than his leg. What does my life come to? He says, staring off into space and rowing.
Well, maybe this is a turning point for you. You can go on and do good now.
With what workable skills?
Megan looks over, seeing him rowing.
Rowing.
Hey, you got transport for hire.
Everyone's good at something.
Yes, some people are good at having fewer toes than most people. I, for instance, have hooves. I don't have toes.
Megan pipes up.
perhaps work at dock.
Perhaps. You continue sailing for, as I misplaced the calendar, but you continue sailing for like a solid 10 or so minutes, and you see some splashes in the water ahead of you. What look to be merfolk of some kind, or at least some kind of aquatic race, looking over in your direction, squinting, and then they dive under, come up with some rope, toss it towards your little boat, and they're like, "Do you need a lift to shore?"
Yes, please.
Please.
Right, secure those. We'll get some more people. Hang tight.
All right, let's tie those ropes to our boat.
All
And
right.
then they tie weights to the rope.
Yeah. You tie the ropes, secure them to your small boat, give the signal. Some more of these aquatic humanoids. Those of you familiar, now that they've gotten a little closer, you can recognize these as Triton, honorable warriors of the seas. They grab onto the rope. A couple of them swim ahead, like off to the flank to assist in like quick turns, while others float onto this like floating, a slightly larger boat with bits of coral and a sleek mechanical-looking fan that they secure the ropes to, and then they like knock on the fan twice, and it starts spinning and driving quickly through the water, taking you towards the southern shores of Sideria. And as we travel, we're gonna take a quick break for hydration and bathroom.
Great, I need to go so bad.
All right,
all this water.
so much water. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's how we can move forward several minutes. Whee! We will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere for the return of Legends of the Wildlands. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hello, and welcome back to Legends of the Wildlands here at D6 Tricks. When last we left off, there was a crab. It was a big crab, and it destroyed the ship. But luckily, we managed to hijack one of the smaller boats and get a tow over to a new area of Sideria. As you get closer to the southern shores, you can see this, like, massive collection of ships, basically. Wrecked ones. There are a couple of holes in them to, like, pump out bilge, but most of them, of various different sizes and architectural styles, are all tied together in this, like, to make a floating city of shipwrecks. And
Whoa.
And as you continue onwards and go get towed in, you are towed towards one of the bigger ships that has, like, a water-facing dock in it that tilts upward into upper decks. And you see a label on it called the Packington. The like fan boat is stopped. The fan stops moving. They get your boat tied up and moored up, and they're like, "Right, Packington is what doubles as our hospital and inn. It's getting kind of late. You should be able to like get treated and rest up here. Don't worry. We do this with shipwreck survivors all the time these days."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Don't mention it. The water's not anywhere you want to be around Sideria these days.
More crabs.
Just the one big crab. The southern coast does have some of her spawn, but mostly it's Karkinos, and she's gotten real angry these days.
Why?
Any reason why?
Best guess, some pissed her off, and she moved from the north down to here. One of the other Tritons says, probably the mining for all that acarite. We don't know that for sure. Yeah, because we stay on the shores where there isn't any.
Acarite. That's familiar.
Sir Cosmos gives an angry, frustrated sigh. It's a cursed metal. It's from another plane of existence, the plane of Acheron, which is known for primarily being the plane of battle and bloodshed and slaughter. It carries elements of that plane into the material world. Makes for powerful weaponry, but it's cursed.
Sounds foul. Sorry.
Sounds useful.
It is both of those things. I, myself, one of the reasons I came to the Wildlands, came back to Sideria, was to try and, stop the large-scale mining operations of it. He turns over to Tig. Now, you, of course, may find it useful, and that's the view of the individual, but on a large scale, it could be very dangerous, especially for armies of hobgoblins, or even the gnolls if they got their hands on it.
Tag just kind of throws up their hands and is just, I'm not arguing with you.
So, we can talk more of this in the morning, but essentially, if we have the time in our voyage, well, not voyage anymore, the ship's gone, bad choice of words, my bad, that's on me. Yeah. If we have the time in a journey through Sideria, I would like to, if not destroy the ore, at least investigate to see what the scope of it is.
Sense.
And with this,
Good to know.
I unveil a quest log.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh, this
We
is
got quests.
I like this.
The blood 30.
I offer nothing but the joy of discovery.
The blood shut up the fuck. Shut up the fuck.
30 bloods? That's a lot of blood.
That's a lot of bloods.
That's 3 tens, and that's terrible.
All right. We got to see more about this quest.
Yeah.
All right, Acheron is everywhere if you know where to look, but across the land masses best deity to see the scope of it. Might be necessary.
All
All
right.
right.
Interesting.
We gotta make some discoveries.
Oh, that's a lot. Whoa, we got a checklist.
Yep.
I like this.
Four's not that many, but it's
I offer nothing but the joy of discovery.
the joy of discovery.
This guy's so innocent.
The joy of discovery. Right.
I can't help but wonder. Sorry.
So go ahead.
How does one destroy an entire ore deposit of cursed metal? Guess we'll have to find out.
Guess you'll have to find
Lots of dynamite.
That's the fun of this quest.
Does dynamite exist in Sideria? Asking for a friend.
black powder does.
Rad.
Oh. I don't know. One of y'all used an Eldritch Blast. Just use that.
Blast and powder. That's all we need.
Maybe in, Chick's watch, 500 years.
Yeah.
Constantly casting it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. They said this place was an inn and hospital. Shall we go to an inn for the night?
That would be ideal.
Yeah, why not?
I do not need to.
Raises both hands. Those fingers.
Turn in.
Well, maybe we could get you like a little polish or something.
Yeah, get some of the seawater off of you.
Yeah, we don't need to rest.
Smelt out of their
Lifts
sorrows.
armpit. Lifts armpit as if to sniff it. The lens in her eyes kind of turns as if she's scanning. Puts arm down.
Would be nice.
Don't suppose you have a cousin called Baymax, do you?
What?
Nothing.
Why
Do you taste
do
copper?
I smell copper.
Ooh, let's go get checked out.
Yeah, of course. All right. You head up several flights of like makeshift stairs into the inner decks of the Packington. Almost fittingly with the name, the Packington, it is extremely packed inside. It is pretty cramped. There are a lot of people staying in like carved out cots with basic blankets and occasionally lit lanterns above their beds. Several tritons and a couple of what look to be almost like sea elves, but instead of legs, they have octopus tentacles moving around on the decks, rushing back and forth, delivering like hot plates of soup and like water, and that's about it in terms of food. One of the Triton who pulled you in, waves over at the front desk where a tired-looking, but otherwise a pretty kindly, thin, young Triton woman stays. She waves over, gives a nod, and is like, welcome. Feel free to any cot you find, it's free. If there are free ones. If there's any trouble, let one of the staff know, and we'll come deal with it. Newly wrecked people have the first night free.
Oh,
I'm magnanimous.
That's very kind.
Thanks.
Of course.
Thank you.
Least we can do to at least let you catch your breath before you figure out where you're going.
Are there free cuts?
There are enough free cuts for all of you.
Okay.
Even Rocco Nine Toes.
Alright,
Missed
I'm
an
sure he'd
opportunity.
appreciate the soup and the bed.
Missed an opportunity. What's
Yeah.
that? One cot for 8 people? I see where this is going.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Fade to
like,
black.
Fade to
There was
black.
only one cot.
Unfortunate.
Tag's actually going to sort of lean up on the counter and is just kind of how busy does it get? Are performances or anything of that like frowned upon?
Not necessarily. She leans in. A lot of these people have, what we call ship shock from being attacked by giant crabs, though, so nothing too dark, basically.
Okay. Sort of taps on snout and just, all right, I will work on that one later. Yes, I'm sure I can pull out a fitting ballad, something nice and light, love story, so on. And Tag's going to claim a cot, drop most of their shit, and start kind of like flipping, like kind of like tuning the bass lute and going through some like chords and muttering under their breath some lyrics.
Awesome.
Alright.
Fancy.
Very fancy.
Well, Nizip, since they are still rather injured and kind of shambling around, is going to also just find a cot and just drop dead almost.
Plump. Nothing a good night's rest can't handle.
Oh.
Megan is just going to like grab the edge of the blanket, slowly like lift it up, and then pull it over into zip, and then gently pat them on the shoulder.
Who's the mum now?
Yeah.
Zidane goes over to his cot and just kind of like puts his belongings kind of in the middle and then sort of like surrounded as though he was like some sort of animal protecting his hoard. And just kind of
His little nest.
snuggles up to it happily.
Alright, Nyx will drop their stuff at one of the cots and then probably go get food. Drowning is hungry work.
Yep.
Swimming especially.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casmos happily accepts some gruel and is just sipping and
Oatmeal.
trying to crunch some down before bed.
Yeah, I'll go join him.
That's-
I guess I'll sort of go over to like the more active area of the inn and just start up a small, quiet like performance. See if I can lift some people's spirits.
Cool,
shit
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, roll performance.
I would love to. Actually, I can totally give bardic inspiration to myself, can't I? No, it's other than yourself. Never mind.
Other people.
That's fine.
If it's one of us, we can be a hype man.
You guys are. I don't see anything you would need.
Here's
But,
the
you know,
thing.
whatever.
I have changed the rules of assisting, so you need to be proficient in the skill to assist.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can
Not the best roll,
persuade people
unfortunately.
that he's doing good.
That would be deception.
No, trust me, guys. He's really good.
I think Tig sort of starts off a little pretty strong, like going for like this like lighthearted like love adventure ballad, but kind of they realize about halfway through like their claws are shaking, like it's finally starting to hit them.
Oh.
They come to an earlier stop in the midst of like one of the after one of the verses. They sort of improvise like an earlier stop and slowly slip away and quietly slip away.
Yay!
You get some
well done.
small claps, soft claps.
Megan is very softly clapping, like zink, 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 zink.
All right. So since Nyx is over with Casmos, Casmos looks over and is like, "Are you doing all right?"
Well, for all that we've been through, I'm not really hurt, just damp.
I would say, aren't we all? But I think that's a given. We are on a giant ship.
Yeah. Hey, sorry about your armor and everything.
Yes, that is unfortunate. I'll have to find some other way to make do, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really help now, but if you need help pitching in for some, I've got... Pulls out coin best. 1, 2, 8. I mean, what's one little gold?
We can discuss equipment in the morning.
Sure. So, this mining thing, how long's... Listen, I've missed a lot. How long has this been going on for?
What year is it?
Hmm?
What year is it?
What year is it now?
3872. I'd say Tig kind of is like sat down next to them, looking like into their bowl of gruel.
Yeah, that one. I don't have the count.
Yes. Yes, 10 years. That is how long I have been gone.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll forgive me, I lose track. It's all very new to me.
That's really strange. That's kind of the same with me.
Oh, you were also thrown through time.
Thrown through time? Well, not really.
Damn. Here I was hoping I had someone with a similar experience to share notes with.
Wait, what do you mean thrown through? You mean just time passed quick?
Kind of? I mean, it's a long story, but I mean, I can tell you're not going to go to bed until I tell it.
We haven't got much else to do besides sleep.
We don't. In the interest of healing wounds and not keeping any of the others awake, I shall tell the short version of the long story.
That's fine.
I am or was a knight of the previous king of Sideria, King Chant. I believe 10 or so years ago, not sure the exact date, again, thrown through time, trying to get the calendar straight,
Right?
there was a raid on his castle, led by Augustine, the Mad King.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was one of the 2 elite guards in His Majesty's service, and I faced off to defend His Majesty from the intruders. One among their number had abilities I had seen in no wizard or magician before. Time-based abilities. And during the battle, I must admit I wasn't looking in that direction precisely. Something happened, and I was caught in a blast of time. And to me, I woke up seconds later in the year 3872.
This sounds so bizarre. Can I request an insight to see if he is telling the truth?
Sure. It sounds bizarre, but he 100% sounds like he believes what he's saying.
That's really... strange.
Improbable, yes, that is what I have heard multiple times in various stages of politeness.
So, how long has it been for you since coming here? This time?
This time, like I mentioned, the travel from 10 years ago to around here was seconds. I would say I have been here for a few weeks, perhaps?
Oh, so this is all quite new to you, then?
Yes.
Well, I'm really sorry. That sounds really... bad.
Yes, it does. It's not ideal, but, the land surely hasn't changed that often, aside from, mining of the cursed metal from when I have left.
I mean, I'm not sure. Well, me and my mom left when, King Augustine came to power. I don't remember much. I was, 12 at the time, but I just remember Mom packing things up and saying we've got to go, and that was it.
Given what I've heard of King Augustine, smart. Very smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard much, but what I have heard isn't great. Whew. Well, your quest sounds very noble. Sorry, Tog.
No, noble, definitely, perhaps worthy of a ballad or two. Sort of snaps shut the little notebook that they had been taking notes in. Don't, and sort of like waves a claw. Don't worry about it. Should anything come of it, I will naturally ask you for your permission and all that. And they will sort of gruel finish, saunter off to, if Nisip is awake, check on them. If not, crash.
Nizip is still mostly conscious.
Yeah, in that case, Tygel sort of stop by the cot, crouch down a little bit, tilt head. I figure I should check on a fellow scaled friend. You took quite the hit there. Are you alright?
I appreciate it. For the most part, I'm doing alright. I've taken hard licks before, but still stings when they cut quite that deep.
Well, at least perhaps try to get some food into you before you completely pass out.
That's not a bad idea. Always one step or two I always seem to forget in the process of things.
Free for your first shipwreck. How generous.
Yeah. But I appreciate you checking in on me.
They kind of pat the covers a little bit, stand up and head over to their own cot.
All right. So, sorry.
And as I am a Warforged, I just kind of.
You just enter sleep mode. Just kind of hang out.
My eye is just kind of blinking dimly. Nothing too distracting, but very, very dim. I am immobile, inactive, but still conscious. Just going going into screensaver mode here.
Screensaver mode. Excellent. All right. So, with that, everyone sits, gets some rest, a long rest even. I believe if you click the long rest button, that will heal you up and restore all your stuff.
All right, where's the long rest button?
My one spell back.
Right under your hit dice, to the right of your hit points.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is it needed?
Is it a new day?
It is a new day.
Awesome.
On a new
Dawn,
day.
a new day, a new
Same brain
life.
cell. Same brain cell, thank you.
That's just how Tyke wakes everyone up in the morning.
No.
Nah.
No.
They don't wake up early.
All right. So, dawn comes, it seeps in through the cracks in the Packington. A bunch of the guests there who look like tired, like not very good smelling. They smell of brine, like they've been in the water for a long time. Sailors start getting up, getting their heated water and gruel because the place doesn't serve coffee.
Oh.
Aw.
Good thing I don't need to eat or drink.
Yep.
Megan
All right.
blinks awake. Ding, da, ding, ding, dum, bang. No, I'm kidding. But I do rouse. Like the light flashes a little bit brighter. The lens turns a bit as I have now refreshed, and I'm ready for the new day.
All right. Cosmos is awake bright and early, greets everyone as they wake up. Good morning, all. Restful sleep this last night, I take it?
No,
Zidane
No.
gives a
for
couple.
I do not sleep. Ha, ha, ha.
Understandable.
Trill
Zidane
just like
gives couple-
stretches. And it's like, well enough for the circumstances.
Agreed.
Mm-mm.
Zidane's just sitting there with a great big smile and has 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, Zidane, you're an elf. You don't really sleep. You go into a trance. Your trance was awesome.
The elf and the warforged staring at each other at night.
Yeah, they just don't sleep.
Blinking
Yes.
contest. Megan
All right.
wins every
Blinking
time.
contest.
So there aren't really tables here, but if all of you who gathered with me would be so kind as to join me against this railing here for some gruel and conversation. Casmos gestures off towards the railing. Rocco looks over and is like, no thanks. I'm gonna look for a beer. And walks off in search of a beer.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a lad.
Got
What a
right
little-
back up
what a
after
little
watching his
trooper.
Yeah, got right back up after watching one of his friends get crushed by a giant sword.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Zidane starts sniffing the air looking for some sort of food.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
gruel.
Odd-
Yeah.
His stomach is oddly growling. He doesn't care. Food,
Ah.
just food.
As long as
Good,
it's edible.
glorious gruel.
As long as it's edible.
They're like
Um,
passing it
yeah.
out, right? Like they're passing it
Yes.
around and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
take my bowl, look at it. I cannot eat it. Turn to Zidane. Give.
You growing boy.
Oh.
Please.
Cutest
He gives a
little
big
thing.
smile. He kind of gives a big smile. Then he starts eating, freaking Dragon Ball Z style. Just.
Oh my god.
Quite the appetite
Go
on
on.
this one.
When
Growing
Nyx gets
boy.
This is so cute. When Nyx gets to the table, people might notice they pull out this little box and like start whispering into it for like about 10-20 seconds and then just put it away. And then just go to food.
All right. So, Sir Cosmos says over heated water and gruel. We admittedly have not known each other for long, but having survived a shipwreck together and come here on the same floating pieces of driftwood, I for one feel a sense of camaraderie, and I would like to keep that, if that is all right with you.
Reaches out with one hand.
Friend. Good.
Friend, good. He shakes Megan's hand.
I'll get no objections from me.
I suppose. I guess
Might be
sticking
nice
together
to-
in numbers is good.
Yeah, might be nice to travel in numbers.
Exactly. The wilds of Sideria are beautiful, but they're also dangerous. Even under my old king's days, they were pretty dangerous. I have some knowledge of the land. There are some of us who were here from times past with some knowledge of the land. The more brains that can be put together to guide, the better, I say. That said, a guide has an ultimate goal in mind, and I suppose it is time I came clean with mine. Mine is, well, simply put, I failed my king. King Chant is dead, and the Mad King is on the throne. I wish to avenge him.
Wow.
All right then.
Understandable.
Quite honorable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rewards. Victory.
Victory. Yeah.
Win condition.
Win condition. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
While the Mad King lives, Sideria suffers. Monsters inhabit its cracks and crevices. The armies meant to protect the people oppress them, all while the foul powers of Acherite corrupt the hearts and souls of man and the land alike. If I am to bring justice and freedom to the land I love so dear, the Mad King must be slain.
A very noble and righteous goal. At this, Tag sort of like leans back against the railing, peers up at him. And then who would you have on the throne instead, I wonder? That is how succession works, after all.
That it is. That it is. I have had someone in mind. I would need to do some more research across the land to make sure, they're still around.
Oh. And who would that be?
Well, assuming she survived the attack on the castle, King Chant had a daughter.
Huh.
Makes sense.
Does the daughter have a name?
Yes, Song. The Princess Song.
Chant and song. Oh.
Aw.
Cute.
Ah. that's good.
Well.
Being a noble paladin, being a noble paladin, Megan kind of like thumps her chest.
With you, friend.
Asmus thumps his chest right back.
Zidane looks at the two and just does it himself.
Tag kind of shrugs. Well, you will need a chronicler for your noble quest. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, killing the king wasn't really in my notes to do in Sideria, but I can help on the side.
You have to-do list. Question mark.
I mean, if you do not want to, that is perfectly fine. It is a lot to ask of people who, admittedly, I've known for a few days at the most.
Well, I'm not saying... It's more a case of, I don't know wherever I'm gonna be going in, like guns or magic blazing, but, this whole mining thing I can help you with, at least.
It does sound like a big job.
That it does. It is no small task. There is no small land.
I mean, sorry.
No, go for it.
I mean, what would we need? Alliances, most likely at least an army. First off, to find this Princess Song, if she even is still alive, available, and willing. I mean, a long-term set of goals, one might say.
Yes, absolutely.
So, do you have a less known location for her? Any ideas of where she perhaps would have fled to?
Where she would have fled to, I've no idea. Where she last was, well, admittedly there is a 10-year difference, but obviously she would have been in the castle. There were paths she could have taken to flee, but she could have gone anywhere in that time. As for long-term goals, yes, we need to keep those in mind. We admittedly are not the strongest force as it stands. There are stronger people in Sideria. Making friends with them, finding treasure to fund our expeditions and to strengthen our armories, vitally important. Exploration and being thorough, one of the greatest things that can keep you alive here in Sideria. Now, whether we want to focus on these alliances or these treasures is up to you, of course. Also up to us, the matter of exploring and getting equipment in the short term. Towns like this shipwreck cove here find places to get information and supplies, which, admittedly, I am in need of. My equipment is at the bottom of the sea.
Unfortunately, yes, they are correct.
Yes. I am a spare set of hands for now, and that is about it. I will happily carry anything spare. A shield would be appreciated, and I am trained in basically any form of martial combat.
Awesome. So Dave goes over to him and sort of like offers him his short sword.
Are you sure?
He gives a nod. And he like kind of points to his bow.
Yes, understandable. That did pack quite a wallop when I last saw it used. Thank you. And he will happily accept the short sword.
Yeah, he has a way to defend himself in case he gets shanked.
Yep.
Yeah, he's no longer just a meat shield.
Yay.
Yay. Now then, sorry, were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say, that offer to carry things, I think my mom packed a bit too much for me.
Yes. Mothers do tend to do that.
Yeah, specifically, like, all these torches, even though I can see in the dark.
Yes. Still helpful for, setting things alight.
Yeah. Or if you need to see color.
Or if you need to see color.
True, but I also have a spell that makes fire.
So how many torches are you handing over again?
Let me look in my Dungeoneers pack. I need to unload 11 pounds worth of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Fuck.
Jeez.
Listen, I've never been encumbered before. Alright, I will unload the 10 torches.
That's a lot of torches.
That's a lot of torches?
Yeah, they're each a pound, so that's gonna help.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I'll get rid of them. And then, I have rope, 50 foot, which is 10 pound, which
Oh my
just
god,
hold on to.
you have lamp oil rope bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend.
No, lamp oil something different.
Okay.
Alright, the tinderbox I'll keep and everything else. I'll give you the rope, though, just as like a hang on to.
You want it?
All right.
Well, Chance, no, not Chance. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Trill, you're also encumbered, so...
That's a lot better.
Yes.
Take the weight off your feathers.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't really... It's a little hard to use this, during flight. It's not, like, super aerodynamic. If you would accept it, you can have my shield.
That would be most helpful, thank you. So fun fact about, Cosmos. While he's equipped with a shield, he has 2 actions. One is Shield Bash, which allows him to, like, daze enemies by bonking them with the shield. And then the other is Great Defender, which, if he sees someone being targeted, will let him move up to his speed and take the blow.
Wow.
Excellent.
It also works against area of effect attacks, but then I have to get creative as to him taking the blow for everyone.
Come on, Tish.
It's like that freaking
You
meme,
too.
like, no!
Might I also... I notice you're carrying a hunting trap. That looks very heavy.
It is very heavy. Honestly, you can have that too. I don't see myself needing it anytime soon.
No longer encumbered.
No longer
Hey.
encumbered.
Burglar's pack.
Burglar's pack.
Oops.
So
Why
you
you-
can do some burgling.
Wait, why are you burgling? That's against the rules!
It's burgling time, and we're
It's
gonna burgle
burgling
all
time.
over the place.
Can we not be arrested on day one?
I just opened it. I didn't do anything with it.
Could have implications. Just plays with the charms on his stuff nervously.
Implying the implications. Right, well, we can discuss more equipment later if it becomes necessary, but short-term goal, I have a few suggestions on where we can go. So, there's sure to be a general store of some kind here, but if that is not sufficient for items that would be helpful for us, the Great Dam of Arguela is a few days' walk off to the west. They're known for being highly mercantile and should be carrying all manner of things that could be helpful on our journey. Following that, I know that nearby is one of the 10 towers of Sideria. They're, like, big mystical, well, towers, obviously, that if attuned to, for all intents and purposes, admittedly I know little of how the magic works, can help see in various directions, clear up a world map, as it were, to help us get more of an idea where to go. So, going towards that tower, Prospect Spire, should help me get a lay of the land and more of an idea of where some potential allies would be.
It's starting to come together.
Can you guys tell it's based on Breath of the Wild?
Can you guys tell this was based on Breath of the Wild?
That sounds great. Any other places?
Those are the main ones. There's, of course, here that we can still look around. And, on the journey, never be afraid to stop and look to see if there's anything interesting off the beaten path.
Sure. Would you say here or Aguila's cheaper then?
Market prices fluctuate. I haven't heard great things about the general store here.
Well, we could just skim.
Yes, we could see if they have that or any other places that might be of interest. Who knows? I haven't been to Shipwreck Cove in quite some time.
Let's do a little survey.
All right.
That is.
Is everyone up for doing a survey?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Also, Alex, I can't seem to close this thing that I accidentally opened. It's a journal of some sort.
Dear diary.
What does it say?
It says sea cave up, and it is blank.
You're gonna wanna refresh.
Ah, it's busted. Okay.
Yeah, see, that is for a map with a sea cave on it, and it's supposed to transport you upwards and downwards through it.
Oh no, I can't close it either.
Why would you open it?
You absolute buffoon!
Did you open it after I said it existed?
Don't fucking open the journal, don't!
I thought it was just a you thing, so I wanted to see what it was.
No!
Guys.
See, I was looking for a note. I was looking for an in-app notepad.
This was really setting the precedent.
To be fair, I almost clicked it too.
Do not be
Don't
like me.
click that.
God comes from above, like, Nix, if Megan would jump off a cliff, would you do it too?
Yeah.
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 Maybe.
Well,
Depends on context.
No. What is wrong
Natural.
with you
Well,
all?
that's what natural selection. That's natural selection.
Zidane just looks at everything with just like the most blank stare ever.
This is fine.
All right. So, you climb out to a higher level, like on the surface of the packing tin, where it's facing the open air, and see a large collection of ship bows, aft decks, and bits and pieces of sailing ships from countless eras, all of which are tied, smashed, or otherwise gathered together in a large collection, lightly bobbing up and down with the waves. Travelers and citizens walk to and fro, dipping into and out of ship quarters, reworked to be makeshift buildings. A long series of gangplanks connects everything to the coast nearby, while more of these wooden bridges and ladders reinforce scaffolding that climbs up, down, and around the edges. The shipwrecks are gathered to provide slightly easier transportation across what, for all intents and purposes, is a makeshift town. I just put Cosmos here to indicate roughly where you guys are.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So, taking a look around, you can see what looks to be the largest ship, a flagship with the label Northumbria on the side of it. Along with a ship nearby, almost as big, with a hand-painted label on the side, Temple of Panthalassa. I'm just scrolling through, seeing ships that are there.
Panthalassa.
Panthalassa, yes.
What
Do you
is
need me to spell it?
Yes. Is that a name anyone recognizes?
Make a religion check.
I was about to ask. Would I be able to make a history check?
No.
Okay. Figured I'd ask. Why not?
Huh. That sounds like a name.
Sure sounds like a name. Anyway,
Well, we can always stop in if you're feeling particularly pious, I suppose.
so,
Not particularly.
yeah. Another big ship that's acting as a makeshift town square has a sign on it that flaps in the wind reading The Hermione, and then painted below Merchant Square. Yeah. Then there's some more signs along the decks of various ships pointing towards the edge, basically, of where the ships meet into the water, pointing towards Bigbury Bay, which you would guess is the main shipyard from which actual ships depart from the cove. Near Bigbury Bay, there is what appears to be, from outside appearances and inspection, a wrecked pleasure yacht called the Adaran Sound, which is painted two distinct colors, like one red towards the north side and blue on the south side. Now, you have just come from the ship known as the Packington, which you know now is the hospital and inn. And towards the north, rather, docked basically on the shore, with a ragged general store icon flapping in the wind next to it, is a ship labeled the Calabash.
The Calabash. I love it. Is that like a... You think that's a training ground thing or something?
The Calabash?
Sounds like it.
It has a general store sign next to it.
God. What are they bashing in there?
They're bashing those prices way low.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
There's a merchant square
Yes.
and a general store. Okay.
Yes, most towns have a merchant square. There are traveling merchants as well as traveling adventurers around Sideria.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's hard to tell when they'll show up, but, There are favorites that pop up every now and again.
Oh, brilliant. Well, does anyone have a preference then on where to go?
I need to get some material to fix my shit.
Merchant Square. Closer.
The Merchant Square it is.
All right. So, the decks of the Hermione are, like, definitely not as tightly packed as the Packington. But since it's used as the main transport section, there are a lot of people crisscrossing over and around, back and forth, and through the middle of the square. Currently in the square, you can see, up top, there is a stand with a sign that just says leatherworking on it, and a wood elf, it appears, in a thick leather apron and some goggles, hammering away at what appear to be leather from giant lizard skins. While you can see there are some stairs that lead to lit areas below deck, with a cart full of arrows in it, and a very, very tall-looking, long-haired ASMR below deck.
Well, anything catch your interest?
The game's like trying to peek over to look at the wood elf that's working on the leather.
All right, you peek over towards the leather worker. She backs up a little bit, stops to wipe her brow. You notice that she's pretty well built, considering, she works hammering out leathers. And as she cleans up her glasses, she looks up, sees Zidane looking over. Can I help you,
He just extends a hand, just does a wave, almost like is reaching to go right in front of her face. Just sort of just his big dumb smile as he's doing so, and then he points down to the leather that is working on, kind of tilting his head a little bit in curiosity.
Oh, you're interested. Commission from a recent customer. I'm all along with selling leatherwork. I'm also a craftsman. Bring me some materials and I can, try and make something neat out of them. In this case, giant lizard makes excellent studded leather.
He kind of just looks at her for a bit, blinks, and then he does this little, a little nod.
Yeah. Were your babysitters interested in anything, or can I just assume you're good?
He looks over at everyone. He kind of looks over at everyone, sort of tilting his head more, because as he's kind of looking at all of them individually.
Megan waves gently. Hi.
Welcome to me humble stand. I'm here for the next couple of days, I reckon.
Do you only take commissions, or is it all ready-made sort of, or do you have ready-made sort of things available?
I've got some. I got a bit of ready-made stuff. Let me get me menu ready for you here, so you can see what I have in my stand real quick. She reaches into her apron, pulls out a leaflet. Oh, also, my card is attached to that. Read through it at your leisure.
All right.
Much appreciated, madam.
Faris. That was real funny points.
Isn't it?
And
Okay.
Ooh, all sorts of fun stuff.
All right, let's see. What do we got here?
So, who wants the whip?
Da, 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 da,
I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down.
That is not where I went with that.
I was gonna.
That's
say the
where
drum and
Queen
then
was going.
No, I was gonna say the drum and then immediately noticed the whip of the boat.
Let me double check what the.
listen, what you do with it on your own time's your own business. Leave me the feck out of it.
Oh no!
Oh, look at this net that I just found. When I say go, be ready to throw.
You know, I actually just realized that the Diplomat's Pack does not come with a water skin, so I would like to purchase one.
Oh, you're gonna need one of those.
Yes, very
Maybe
much
two,
so.
depending on where you're going.
We will cross that hurdle when we get there, I suppose. I look, it's only 2 silver. I don't really feel too into bartering at the moment, so I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna click purchase and hope that it works. Ooh, neat. Yes. Ooh,
All right.
fancy. It worked. Oh, it's exciting. That's so fucking cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Oh, let's see. It automatically took it out of my gold and everything. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Congratulations,
Hey,
you're the owner of a brand new water skin.
when Foundry works, baby, it fucking works. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
An Explorer's Pack does contain a water skin.
Got it. I need to go look and
don't
see
need to
what
drink,
all is
so
in
I
there,
don't-
'cause
I'm
I
not
don't know
too
what
worried.
I have.
Ah, okay. Well, let me see.
Yeah, just to make some conversation. So, saddles. Is it more horses out here or other types of steeds as well?
Usually it's horses. I don't do much business with the hobgoblins, but sometimes they have more unique stuff. Kobolds, they ride giant lizards usually around here. At least the ones that aren't the up north kobolds.
Alright.
Who do you usually trade with?
Well, in terms of saddles, anyone who needs to get anywhere on a horse that has a horse. Obviously, I don't sell horses.
Naturally.
Yeah. But in terms of people beyond horses and people who need saddles and whatnot for them, just about anyone who needs anything crafted out of leather. You'd be surprised. People come up with dragon's wings and they're like, "Oh, I need this. I need to make sure that these are real dragon's wings. I want a wingsuit." And then I look at it and it's like, it's fake. And they're like, balls.
Well, that begs the question. If it were real, would you be able to make a wingsuit? Whatever it is you said?
Of course I would. It would take me quite a bit of time, but I could.
Good to know. Well, once I get materials, I am sure I will be patronizing our stall more. I need a bit of a sort of a Pat's strap. I would like a case for my instrument so it does not get too damaged.
Yeah. Well, that being said, 2 things. One, I do travel around quite a bit, which will make it a little hard to find me. But there are magic items out and about called merchant rings, and I am, tied into one of them. Basically, you have one of those, and you do some magic words with it. They'll let you contact a merchant remotely.
Fascinating.
As long as they're attuned to the ring, like I am. Second, I may not, have any dragon wings, but there we go. But I am kind of in the market for something more specific that does have wings. How do you feel about manticores?
I feel as though I would prefer to stay as far away from them as possible, but I am listening.
Well, I'm a bit of a hunter, I am. I like, exotic things to experiment with, expand my horizons, make sure I'm an expert. But, what would really help with that? Manticore wings. Believe it or not, they don't make a wingsuit, but they're very good at tracking other creatures.
Ooh, interesting.
So if you happen to find any manticore wings, you've got a buyer for them, yeah?
I will make a note of that. Thank you very much.
Don't get eaten if you're going after them, by the way.
It's not on the to-do list.
I'll be sure to cross that off. I'm good.
Nice. I'm guessing Cosmos didn't get any armor.
I don't have any money, unfortunately.
Do you want me to get you some, like, as a temporary thing?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Nix, darling, can you afford it? Because I believe you were telling the entire inn about how much money you had last night.
Oh, was I not supposed to?
No.
Oh.
No, you do not advertise how well off or how not well off you are because, well, pickpockets, brigands, other people who would do you harm and who would take advantage of you. It is best to keep such things close to your chest.
I'm sorry, I thought I was whispering.
Do not apologize to me.
Zidane points to a thing of hide armor, kind of tilting his head a little bit.
Aye? Are you interested in this one?
He nods.
Right, that is about 10 gold, and by the looks of it, I think this is bear.
He kind of thinks for a moment, gives a thumbs up, and then takes out a little, like this very small pouch, and he drops it all down, counts it, and then pushes all 10 gold pieces towards him, on the thing.
Aww.
Oh, well, thank you kindly.
And with that, taking the hide armor that he got, goes over to Cosmos and hands it to him.
Aww.
Oh.
Aww.
Well, thank you very much, young Zidane. Are you gonna click buy on the hide armor?
I thought I did. Where is it?
It's not coming through.
There
we go.
Purchase.
There we go. Got it. We good?
You
Nice.
got it.
Yeah.
Nix just puts the gold away.
Well, thank you very much. I will pay you back once I get any source of money.
Zane notices a quiver, just takes out his own quiver, kind of counts it, puts it back, and kind of points at the quiver. It's like,
Well, yours looks pretty well made. I mean, obviously I'm gonna favor my own stuff, but in terms of function, cause you are a very nice and loyal customer, I'm gonna be honest with you, this carries about the same as yours does. So if you want to carry like 40 arrows, then by all means get another quiver. Otherwise, you should be fine.
he gives a thumbs up and a smile, and kind of, sort of walks out of the way so anyone else who wants to buy can do business.
I'm all good.
All good.
I'm all
I've
good.
already got my armor and everything, so
Right.
I'm good.
Pleasure doing business with ya. Here's hoping we get in contact sometime soon. Hopefully with some Manticore wings, eh?
We shall see.
Alright. And you step away from Ferris's stand, looking at the rest of Shipwreck Cove, just one part of the vast, wide-open wildlands of Sideria, yet to explore. But it shall be explored another day. We're going to end the session here. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to do a quick post-show, just chatting up people for a few minutes, and then after that, celebrating the first session! Let's fucking go!
Yeah!
Woo!
Biggest bottles!